because I didn't treat you right. And then you told me that you were proud of me. Oh, God. I'm such a sissy.
Nah, it's all right. You're doing good. Doing good.
Thank you. So, but you said that you were proud of me. And I was like, what are you proud of me for? And I didn't understand it. So let's go back to that conversation when, I apologized to you and you said you was proud of me. Well, geez. I knew this was going to be an emotional conversation.
I did
I
too.
already knew because when we talk about this, I'm always crying. But I think this is, important conversations to have because we've come a long way. And then, just off the cuff, and I want to be clear too, because I know it's going to be people, why don't y'all just get back together? I know that is.
Oh man.
And what I want to say is that sometimes in relationships, things can happen where it's like sometimes you're too far gone. And sometimes when you get to the point like me and you are, then the other person has moved on. And it's always about respect. And so, it's not that simple. But what's important is that I think we've came to a point where we have the utmost respect for each other. I think we have open communication where we talk about every single thing as relates to our daughter Zoe, and even with me and you and what's going on with our personal lives. So I think you said something to me maybe a couple months ago that I agree. It's like, you're not my baby daddy, and I'm not your baby mama. Like, you're my family.
Yeah.
We're family. We're connected to each other forever. And I think when someone calls you or say you a baby daddy or call me a baby mom, is mad disrespectful. We're so much more because we're so heavily involved in our daughter's life.
I agree. I agree. Just the like you said, the history we have, um, and knowing that some of the mental states that I've put you through, and everything, um, the sadness or the anger or what have you. It's just those things that I never want to be the cause of again. You know, um, so as long as, like you mentioned, we're in the space that we're in now, I love that space. I love that space. Being able to call on you for support and vice versa is what means the most to me.
Mhm.
So if this is the space that we have to be in order for you to smile and be happy and thrive healthy as the mother of my child, then hey, this is space we in and I have to love it. So, you know,
Yeah. And vice versa,
yeah,
for sure. You my family, and regardless, I want you happy. Your happiness is the utmost important to me because you happy is making Zoe happy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Vice versa. Yeah.
So we're here now. Our relationship changed dramatically where we was cussing each other out, and now we over here snitching on our child. Look, you know what Zoe did?
Yeah, that was the biggest thing, the communication, just communicating better. So
So, do you have advice like with, that men that's listening or women that might be battling and having baby mama, baby daddy drama,
yeah, yeah.
and we were able to work through it and be positive right now and work together?
Hmm.
What advice would you give?
Yeah, I would. What I'm thinking about is, maybe I'm making this term up, these two terms, putting them together, but individual maturity. I think both people, it takes a level of maturity in order to reconcile differences for the sake of the greater, which is the
Mhm.
child in any situation. And we know it happens at all ages, from young 20s, young girls and guys getting babies early, all the way up into your 30s and 40s. Hey, it can happen to anyone, any age, but I would just say maturity. Both people work at it, and keep the kid in mind. And you don't have to love each other, don't have to be with each other, but co-parenting, it takes two people. It can't be one person doing more than the other. Um, so just the level of maturity. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I totally agree.
and it really requires a level of respect and love for the other person. So
Hmm.
and that's what the maturity brings about, is allowing you to love that person, and respect that person despite what your history may have had with that person. So, um, yeah, it's in the end, it's not really worth it to go back and forth.
Hmm.
Um, co-parenting is a lot easier, and that's it. Understand,
Yeah.
keep the mother happy, just like dad is happy, and everyone's happy.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question, and I want to go back to the conversation where, I apologize to you. And I apologize to you because I knew that I was wrong. And, it took me a while to understand that. And it took me a while to hold myself accountable to say it wasn't your fault. And, me even telling people it wasn't Jonathan's fault. He didn't do wrong in the relationship. Like we both was at it, but, I was the one that left. And when I told that to you and me holding myself accountable, was that something new to you
It
for me
was
saying that?
at that time. It was at that time. Like I said, just given some of the historical conversations and ways we used to communicate. You saying something like that was a bit of a surprise, but um, you know, I know you got a good heart, so a lot of times we act before we really think, and myself included.
Yeah. Well,
But at the same time, I don't want you to put out there like you was just the one, because at the same time, it takes
you
two.
always,
Remember, so
you always gonna protect me.
yeah, it takes two. It's things I could have done differently as a man that I know now, at the age I'm at now versus then. So again, just hindsight visions 2020.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this conversation is important to have, because I don't think men like you are heard. I think a lot of women that are single mothers or aka baby mamas, and they will say, the man is no good and he don't want to see the child and he's not a good man. And, and I'm like, well, I don't know that story because the man that I chose to have a child with is an amazing father, and you guys don't. You're not heard. The men that's there that take care of their child. That like I said, I hate saying I'm a single mother because there's nothing singleness about my motherhood. I'm a great mother because Zoe has a great father. And I think it's important that you're heard. And I think it's important that I'm transparent and I give you a voice.
Well, it kind of sounds like from a lot of things I mentioned during our conversation, kind of seems like might have been just a snapshot from us not being with each other as a surprise to us to where we are now. And I guess I'm no different than any other man who loves his child. In
Mhm.
between, many sleepless nights. A lot of thoughts. Um, you know, um, and just kind of deal with those things as a man, and you allow that to carve you. you know, and continue to keep your goals front and center, and keeping God first too. You know, that was, you know,
Yeah.
definitely don't want to leave that out. So, and that also helped me deal with the dark things that was residing in my heart, the resentment, the hatred, the disliking, the all the negative things. You know, those things really. And it's funny because when they go away, when you pray about those things, they really almost go away overnight. And it was really just a turn we had. It was like one day we was mad at each other, the next day we wasn't, then it wasn't ever mad anymore. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, that's good stuff. What's she doing?
who's that? Zoe?
So yeah.
She's walking back and forth trying to be quiet.
Oh, well, let me talk to her and say bye, and then we can conclude our combo. And then, I'll see you tomorrow when you bring it back. And I don't know if
All right, shit like that.
I know.
Bye, Mommy.
Hi, baby. What you doing?
Nothing, just coming to say bye.
Oh, okay. You having fun at Dad's?
Yeah.
What y'all doing?
Nothing, getting ready to go
Where y'all going?
to my granddad's house.
Okay. Well, tell Granddad I said hi, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, y'all have a good day. I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye, my baby.
Bye, Mommy.
All right.
All right, I'm still here. See how well we got a train? We're not going to fancy streets.
we got her trained real good.
No, I'm just
She
kidding.
came out of line. I was about to knock her out.
I'm just kidding.
All right, Negro. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, that'll work. I appreciate you having me on.
All right. Well, no, I appreciate you so much, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, for sure.
All right.
All right, bye. So that was my daughter's dad, and these conversations are important. I know that conversations are not being had, especially I don't think people are seeing it via the internet, but it was something important to me to show. We came a mighty long way, and we're still working. But I think the beauty of it is that we are working together. And before, he admitted to making mistakes, my mistakes were bigger because I was the one that left. I was the one that decided to leave my family. He didn't. And I think once I realized that, and man, it was hurtful. Accountability is hurtful. When you realize that you were the wrong one, it's hurtful. Apologizing and letting the world know that you effed up is hurtful, but nonetheless it's important. So, man, if I can help someone to not leave, just one person at least, I think I've done my job. So this was a tough one. So yeah, family first for sure. My daughter needs mommy and daddy. And because I'm not in the home, I got to make sure mommy and daddy is good for her. She deserves this vote.